Welcome everybody. Welcome to another one of these games, one of these Amiga games. This is a really special game for me. Why is it so special? Well, this was for myself and I believe many other people across Europe, the very first Amiga game they ever played. Now, it's the very first Amiga game because, if I'm not mistaken, this game was shipped with the Amiga. So it's a car game. My first Amiga game was a car game. We're starting with this Mercedes. I looked this up. They don't sell very well right now. You can get one of these cars very cheap and relive your crazy cars experience in real life. Let's hit the road. Let's see how this game plays. Yeah, this is 31 years old. Is this game a 1988 game or 87? It's a long time ago. Anyway, so we're starting in Florida, and you can tell the main criticism of this game. Look, it's a little pixelated. It may have been a little pixelated even for 30 years ago. And I'm just beating that Ferrari. Get that Ferrari out of my face. And now, out of all the tracks, I gotta say this is my favorite one because there's no bouncy bits and there's some nice turns. But if you're playing this game, I gotta say the first few cars are pretty easy. And you want to know something? The cars get better. The cars of course get better, but the tracks get tougher, especially with faster cars for some reason. And when you hit a car, that's what happens. You get overtaken. Look at this. This is ridiculous. So top speed is, I'm getting to it. Let's beat the Ferrari again. And I'm going to catch up to this Lambo. This is how you lose the game, is by hitting these cars too often. And that was easy enough. So 257. What? Here's a magic here's something magic that nobody knows about, maths. We're going to talk a little bit about maths. There's a secret no one knows that makes maths really easy. It's write down the units. I know that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? People don't write down the units and then they confuse themselves. See, the speed, they should have written down the units for that. It's from America, it's miles per hour, but, well, maybe not really, I don't know, whatevs. So next track is New York. I'm telling you, you're going to finish high school easy if you just write down the units. And then you got college or university, easy, just write down the units. Let's keep going. So now we've got the bouncy bits. I'm not a fan of them, but it just makes the game a little bit more interesting, I suppose. And the graphics. How many different colors is there? Like 3 different colors? I don't know. Yeah, right, look, the graphics aren't the best. It's an important game to many Amiga players because you're looking at this and you're thinking to yourself, why am I even watching this video? Well, it's nostalgia. Nobody in their right mind would ever watch this. And you know what else I learned? There's a Crazy Cars 2 and a Crazy Cars 3. How did I not know about this? I don't know. But I'm going to check those games out, which is one of the secondary reason for me doing this channel. The first is to relive my dream, like relive my nostalgic moments. And the second is to figure out Amiga games that I didn't know about, because there was no internet back then. I didn't know what was happening. Like something like, what's that game called that everybody loves? That Sensible Soccer. I never played that. I never knew about that. Word didn't get that around back then. Can't believe it. I knew all the other games, especially in the 90s, I knew all those games. Let's see what we got. Space. Shuttle. Alright, let's do the space shuttle. The one really good feature of this game, and look, I mean, I'm serious, I hope I witness it, but the best feature, I gotta say, is if you run out of time, you're not over. Your car just starts magically slamming the brakes, and you start slowing down. And if you cross the finish line while your timer is over, but your car is slowing down, you still get through the map. And I remember back in the day when I was a really young kid, I couldn't finish even 2-3 levels back then. Me and my brothers, actually. This is another thing I really love about this game. This is one of the first games that all the brothers were playing together. And we would push into our joystick like a whole body weight just to push the car over the line. They were really good times. When all the brothers were together, it was really good. None of us play these games anymore. Just me. Let's see. That was an easy map. I think the shuttle might be the easiest race to play. So there's the Mercedes, and from memory, I will admit, I don't remember anything of this game except the Mercedes. I remember that clearly. It was a cool little game. Look, I liked it. I liked it. I'm sure many people are looking at this, thinking this didn't age well. I liked it. I mean, you know, what Amiga game did age well? Oh, I'm gonna get burned for that one. Come on, you hit a car, you automatically go to 0. This is Titus's first game. Titus, I don't know. Oh well, this is how you get into it. I'm sure a game like this, though. See, this is the thing I don't understand about the Amiga. I could never wrap my head around. Like, okay, you can easily criticize its graphics, but there were games that came out 10 years later that were really good, looked really gorgeous. Out of the way, out of the way, Porsche. Now, they were still playing on the same Amiga 500. Why couldn't they make a better game? Now, you might say the bar was not quite as high back then, they didn't need to, or that's probably the only answer, but they didn't have, the games hadn't progressed that far at the time. Well, not with graphics. We all know what's a good looking graphic. We all know graphics. You don't need creativity for graphics. If you have any problems coming up with the better looking graphics, just take a photo of reality and try and make a game look like that. So why were games continuously looking better but still playing on the same system? I don't know. That's one for the ages. Well, at least I don't understand it. Out of my way, Ferrari. One car they didn't have here, that they could have, is the Beamer. With this game, when Supercars came out. Don't get me wrong, I love Supercars. It's one of my top games. If you call it a car game, if I can get away with that, it's one of my favorite car games. I think that and Lotus Esprit Challenge 2. But when Supercars came out, I always thought, you know what? They should have called this game Crazy Cars. And Crazy Cars, this one right here, should have been called Supercars. Because you're driving supercars. You're not driving crazy cars. They should have done a title swap. But then you'd have to go into a time-traveling machine as well. Amiga needs a time-traveling machine. Pretty straightforward. Let's see what's... so you're going to get, I think, 6 different maps. Malibu is the last map before you upgrade your car. And even though it's the same maps for all the different cars, it actually gets much harder. Like, the cars apparently run faster, but the time is less for each map or for each track. But still, it's only less by 2-3 seconds each car, and the cars go a lot quicker, but they get much harder. I will admit, this is actually, I had a hard time beating it when I was like barely older than a toddler, right? But now this is one game that surprised me. For an old game, and for the saying that old games were much harder, this was not much harder. This was pretty straightforward, simple track, simple obstacles. Would I recommend this game? Look, nostalgia value, 100%. If you're someone like me, I played this game with his brothers, and this is the first Amiga game ever, 100%. So let's get our new car, and today we're going to be driving in a Porsche. It's red here. Come on. But it's another color when we start. We all know the color. We saw the Porsches on the road. It's a blue color. Let's go for it. So I've been avoiding it on purpose because I do this too much. But you can't help but hear a bit of the primaries and what's happening, what's not. Oh man, I just can't see anyone. Who is it? Mike Moore that said he needs Michelle Obama to run because she's the only one that's got the guts to, or has got the fighting power to beat Trump. Yeah, come on, man. Come on. I don't think so. But you know who I think could beat Trump? I forgot her name. But I think the person that could beat Trump is that woman that's on the stage, on the Democratic, one of the Democratic hopefuls, that's all about love. The Democrats don't want their Trump. The Democrats should find their own ground, find something new. And as crazy as she is, all the love she preaches, it sounds crazy, it sounds like crystal healing, but she's different. She is actually the most like Trump because she's not a politician and she gives answers that are real. Every other politician on that stage in Democratic debates, oh my god, they all trying to out-left each other. She seems real. Did anybody see that clip of her when a little kid asked her, do you have any pets? I think that's actually very telling of who we're dealing with here when we talk about her. She said, I had a pet cat, I believe it was, some pet, but it died. I'm afraid it died. And she was saying that straight to the kid's face. Okay, that is not a politician's answer. But you know what? I believe it. That's a real answer. That's I'm gonna hit this bloody. See, you may have noticed there's a lot of Mercedes on the road. They saw me win, and now everyone went out and bought the cars. So that's why there's so many. Out of my way, friggin' Mercedes. Beamers are more racy cars anyway. So that's why I think the Democrats should focus on trying to promote. And after the first debate, there was so many Republicans that donated to her because they just want her in there. Oh man. But I think it'll bite them on the butt. She could be another Trump. No one gives her a second chance, but she could well be another Trump. We'll see. I don't know who's going to win the nomination. I do believe, I'll tell you who I think is going to win it. Joe Biden. Now, for the longest time, I did think Joe Biden's dead. As soon as people are familiar with him, but as soon as he starts talking, he's dead. And he started talking, and he sounded exactly as I thought he'd sound, like a complete buffoon. But people still support him. And I'm just trying to think why, and I think I figured it out. They just simply think he's the only brawler that they got, and he's the only guy that can take on Trump. The Democrats have done this to themselves. They have preached Trump is evil, and okay, you could totally agree with that. Fine, that's no problem. But who do you want? You don't want somebody with their own ideas. You're just going to get somebody that can fight Trump's evil. So you have all these people with ideas that no one cares about. All the main body of Democrats will vote for is somebody that can defeat Trump. And they do believe that Joe Biden can defeat Trump. Number one, he's a bit of a brawler, okay? And number two, He's very Obama-esque. You know, he's connected with the Obama image, which you want. Obama like is polling supremely high amongst Democrats. So he's riding that wave. And all right, well, you know, you guys did it to yourselves, and let's see you get out of this mess, because Joe Biden is not going to stand up to Trump. He brings a fight, but he doesn't bring ideas. Trump did bring both. Criticize him all you want. He did bring both. And why does Trump exist? I want another take on this one. Trump mainly exists because, okay, you know, there's people that got abandoned in the deep state, or like in Middle America, rather, sorry, that were abandoned by the Democrats. Okay, fine. There's a lot of that. That's not a small part, of course. But also, the Democrats the Republicans have been promoting, they've been promoting Boy Scout after Boy Scout. Like, you had McCain, which he's a hero, right? And you have the other guy. Anyway, they've been promoting so many Boy Scouts. I can't think and play at the same time. Clearly, sorry guys. They always find the Democrats are doing their job, and they actually demonize them. So for the longest time, the Republicans replied by trying to find an even bigger Boy Scout, right? And look, they get demonized because that's part of the game. So what do the Republicans end up doing? Here comes Trump. Try demonize him. Try and make him look bad for having $1 billion. You do that, you know what he's going to do? He's going to tell you, no, I got $2 billion. He plays the game better than the Democrats. So it's like a bit like an evolution of the Republican Party. They kept trying to fix the problems that the Republicans kept lobbing at them, but you know what the solution was? It wasn't just get a nicer guy. Get a guy that just doesn't care. Get a really horrible history, a really bad past, and throw him in. But make him out of Teflon, and boom, in comes Trump. So they're thinking, and the Democrats have been playing the same game that they've been playing with every other Republican, and because they don't know any other game, right? And they've been trying to demonize him, but man, the guy grabbed women by their privates. Should have slowed down. And he still won. If that didn't teach anyone a lesson, and he didn't, they deserve everything they're getting. If he could win election by doing that, that should have been an alarm bell to every Democrat that we can't win with our traditional way, and they haven't changed. Trump is literally Hitler, and they haven't changed with that rhetoric. Which, by the way, the left is not allowed to use the word literally anymore. They don't have that right anymore. They've lost it. That's not, you don't know, if you're a lefty, you don't know what the word literally means, and you need to stop. Alright, I think we've got another map, maybe? I'm not sure how many more left. Malibu, this is it. We're upgrading cars after this one. So again, the first two cars are actually pretty easy. Then it starts getting cooler. It's going to be the same tracks, but again, with the different cars, it's going to be quite different. So I think this is the second car I ever took in this track. I just want to count them. Everybody's driving a Mercedes these days. Here's a bit of a Lambo. Oh, got away from that one. Yeah, lost track of how many cars I've ever taken. Out of my face, you Lambo. Where does he think he is? You can also, by the way, jump over cars. If you're about to crash into a car and it's just like that, like just before a hill, just like that, you can actually jump over it. Look, it's the 80s, right? The only thing more realistic would be if they exploded. It's the 80s. Boom. Here we go. We've got the Lambo. Now, how did they put the Lamborghini before? There's going to be one more car, by the way. It's going to be the Ferrari, if we get to it. Because now the game is actually getting a bit tough. I thought the Lamborghini was more prestigious than the Ferrari. Like, for the only reason that the Lamborghini comes across as more exotic. Here we go. Deeper. Excellent. Oh, yeah. And when you're buying these cars, you're only buying them for their exotic value. So, I don't know. I just thought the Lambo sounds more exotic. Get the hell out of it. Oh, you Ferrari. The Porsche. This is embarrassment. Yeah. That's the best sound in the game. Oh, come on. I thought I dodged it. Get that Porsche out of my face. Alright. Simple game. The fire button is only to get into the map. Just to get started. And you don't use the fire button at all. It's just push forward. Even if I let it go. Oh, I can't let it go. So I don't need to accelerate anymore. I just left and right. This is my max. Alright. Disneyland. Bonus time. So when I was playing this game, I read bonus time, right? I actually thought that meant your time gets added onto the next track. So you have more time to finish the next track. I didn't know it meant bonus points. Look at this Mercedes trying to outrun me. Come on, buddy. I'm a Lambo. You're regular. I'm like the extreme. Yeah. Ferrari. Out of my face. So I will say that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Lamborghini is the hardest map. The hardest tracks. Because the Ferrari, as we'll see... Guys, I just want to tell you one thing. I only played this game twice. This is my third take. Right? This is actually a really easy game. And the Ferrari is... I think it's a bug in the program. Made it a bit easier. Speed 301. What does that mean? What does that mean? Top speed was like something else in the title screen. Boom, 3 seconds to go. I actually want to experience that, pushing the joystick and pushing the computer and my desk forward with my body just to get over the track. That was so much fun. That's all I remember from it. It's the Mercedes and just everybody, even my brothers. If I'd run out of time, we all did a little jolt. Yep. Ah, I should have slowed down. What an idiot. Out of the way, Porsche. Oh, no. I actually might be slightly in trouble this map. Oh dear. That's too many mistakes, I reckon. Gotta get this Ferrari out of my face. Am I doing this on purpose? Am I trying to lose this game? Is it gonna be another short play? I'd never finish this game. Back in my youth. 31 years ago. One second. Mountainside. I was adjusting my cable, damn it. So that's what I reckon with the elections. I believe... I just jumped over that Porsche. I believe that... look, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't think Trump has any way of losing this. If the economy crashes, yep, okay, he's gone. But if he doesn't, everybody wants Trump. No one's going to say that. No one's going to say that. No one's going to admit that. But when it comes down to crunch time, there are two angles that all Democrats seem to display, except that crystal healing lady. And the two elements is identity politics, which I think the crystal healing lady is also employing, and very socialist views. Look, the country's doing great. The country's doing great. I understand if the country wasn't doing great, a different views would work. I don't know. Is that going to pull it together? Know what I hope for? I hope for the opportunity for everybody to express their opinion. Right? Not call racism, but challenge somebody's opinion. Not call sexism or any other form of bigotry. Just challenge their opinions. And I don't think they do that. Right now, it's who can be more victimized. And it's... If you're a victim, then your ideas don't matter. If you're somebody that's causing harm to others, your ideas don't matter. So both sides of the scale, the discussion... Oh, I got lucky there. The discussion on both sides of the scale is not pro ideas. And I think the Democrats are gonna be in a bit of trouble. I don't think there's any chance Trump's not gonna win. Not only is the economy smashing it, but the Democrats don't have any ideas. Oh well, we'll see what happens. This game, you know what? I do want to drive a Lamborghini now. Okay, it's pixelated. But I do want to get behind the wheel of a Lambo. And just go crazy. In the American outback. Fly to America. And just go nuts. Outrun the cops. Get my car tires spiked. Get a helicopter chasing me. You know, approach me with loaded rifles. Pointing at my head. Arrest me. Take me to jail. And, you know, deal cocaine for the rest of my life. I think that's my future. In that order. Yeah. Best sound in the game. Much bigger fan of Lambos than Ferraris. Get that Ferrari out of my face. I haven't been at top speed this track, but I haven't been crashing either. So I should be okay. Boom. 4 seconds. Alright, very good. Not even busting a sweat, man. Breaking a sweat, that is. Bonus time. Prepare for next... Ooh, black screen. Here we go. Here we go. The Ferrari. Alright, Mr. Ferrari. Look, max speed 189 miles per hour. Hang on. What's 189 miles per hour in kilometers per hour? Let's see. 189. Next round. So I start with 69 seconds. I think the very first car, the Mercedes, I started with 75 seconds. So this one's dropped my time even more, but it's practically the same speed as the Lambo. And this is what I wanted to say with the... Whoa! Uh-oh. I guess that's what happens. Oh, yeah. Look at all these Lambos. Another one. There's not that many Lambos on a track. Lambos aren't like... But the whole point that I wanted to get at is when you're riding the Ferrari, all the cars that you need to overtake, and really all the obstacles in the game, are all packed together at the very beginning. And for the rest of the track, there's nothing. So long as you don't drive as bad as me, you can't lose. Boom. Don't hit the curb because you'll break even quicker and your car accumulates more points while you're still driving if you want more points, you know. Oop. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bit of a cheat, just stay on the side. 6, 7. I think that's 8. And I think that's it. As long as I don't do anything too silly. It is GG. I can see myself saying, you know, in 30 years time from now, you know what? Crazy cars. I want to relive that nostalgia. Oh, God. Nostalgia can be a pretty powerful thing. Did all the different cars I was driving, if you look at the car's tires when I turn, did they all change? Because this one does. My Ferrari does change. I want to drive a Ferrari now. See, that's a car game. That's a good car game. It's not just... You enjoy the game, you have fun, and you want to also drive the car in real life. I think that's the definition of a good car game. Yeah, this kind of does it. I want to drive a Ferrari, and I am enjoying this. There's a lot of hate. This game actually didn't even receive good reviews, I think, when it first came out. Which is why probably they gave it out for free with every Amiga purchased. Oh, now I'm in trouble. There goes a Ferrari, the Porsche. Come on, stick to the side. Stick to the side. Alright, cooking with gas. I wonder back then, I don't know, right? I don't know. Was petrol was leaded. Did these supercars take leaded petrol? I was never a fan of car games, to be honest. But Crazy Cars, Supercars, and Lotus, the Sprint Challenge really hit home for me. After the Amiga, I never played another car game. I once went out for our birthday party when I was younger to just Time Zone, just the arcade gaming center, and we were gonna play what you call it, Daytona, the game that was going crazy back in the day. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand how a car game is fun. Bit weird. But I did like those games that I mentioned. If I can get away with calling Supercars a car game. That was just blow up your enemy. 1 and 2, of course. Alright. No. Too early in the game for this. I wonder why there are no other Ferraris when I drive a Ferrari and no other Lambos when I drive a Lambo. Well, we can't have two of the same? You got two of the same in the game. Like the opponents of CPUs. When I first loaded this game up, started playing it, not 30 years ago, but now, recently, man, I couldn't stop smiling. Just every single map's like, yeah, this is Crazy Cars. You know, check out Crazy Cars 2 and 3. See what they're all about. I never played Populous. See, this is what this channel's doing for me. I'd never played Populous. It's like, you know what? That's always a game I wanted to figure out. And it's actually a really good game. It's got similar graphics to this, but my word, it's actually a really good game. Arizona. Let's go for it. It's 1, 2, 3. I don't know what, 4 or 5, I don't know, 6, 7. Alright, that was 7. I think this is 8. And boom, home and hosed. Yep, when you go on a straight at top speed for that long, you got this track in the bag. I could not even finish with Mercedes when I was a kid. Man, I was dumb. It really does feel like it was so long ago that I have somebody else's memories. Living a different life, and I was, but living somebody else's life because it was so different. Wow. Almost broke the high score. Malibu, last map of the game. Come on, let's do this, and let's call it, just so I can call it a long play or something like that. Alright, Malibu. Is it looking good, Malibu? I'm gonna go drink a Malibu. You know what? I don't know how to criticize this game. I mean, yeah, okay, we know how to criticize this game. But somebody watching this would have a lot of criticism on this game. Why are they watching this? How do you know about Crazy Cars if you didn't play when it came out 30 years ago? It's not possible. I suppose if you want to look around, you know, different Amiga games, but really the only people that will click on this video are people that know about Crazy Cars, and there's no other way to know about it. There's also Crazy Cars 2 and 3, and you might want to take a look at what's one looked like. Okay, there's also that. Boom. 5 seconds to spare. Look at this. Broke the record. I'm a world champion. Congratulations. Prepare yourself for the next challenges. Alright. Never got this far. Thank you all for watching. And what lesson have we learned? I would say old games can still be fun if the heart is in the right place. I think that's the moral of the story. That's it. GG, thank you all very much.